Welcome back into the Personal Foul Podcast. I'm your host, Colton Gesser. Alongside me is my co-host, Phil. How the hell are you, sir?
Fantastic. We got a late edition tonight. We got the popcorn ready. We got the alcohol flowing. We're ready to go.
Yeah, you're ready to take off to Florida, so everything's peaches and cream for you, Phil.
That's right.
Except for your picks. Your picks continue to suck. We'll talk about the bracket and the bracket challenge shortly. As you love just donating your money because God, you're terrible. Oh,
They are terrible. Wow.
I mean,
one year I don't take chalk, and it's all chalk. It's like, come on, really? That's my luck this year. That's all right. No big deal.
Yeah, you're just terrible. No, it's always an excuse after you, but we had again. It has been. It is indeed Tyler Granado. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. Phil still sucks.
Tyler does suck.
Shoot, but yeah, welcome back in, folks. Again, appreciate everyone that ended up filling out a bracket, but we are going to recap the first few days of the March Madness men's side of the bracket. Haven't had anything crazy, really. Start off with a thriller in the Michigan San Diego, UC San Diego game, where Michigan had a big lead. It looked like they had the game easily. UC San Diego comes flying back into the game. Michigan wins by 3 in the end. Trey Donaldson delivers a big bucket for the Wolverines, just like he did in their second-round game against A&M. McNeese had the big story of the weekend, probably, with the upset over Clemson. I, myself, had Clemson going deep in the bracket, so that was a kick in the nuts.
That's too bad.
Outside of that, it's been pretty chalk, to be honest. You had Drake upset Missouri, Arkansas upset Kansas, and then Arkansas upsets the Johnnies. So sorry to the folks with that had the Johnnies going deep like myself, but
yeah, I did as well. Can you really call out an upset though when you have Calipari there?
What, over Kansas or over the Johnnies?
Yeah,
I think it's an upset over the Johnnies.
Maybe over the Johnnies.
I actually liked
pitiful this tournament.
St. John's a lot this year. I thought they were built to scrap out wins. It didn't matter how it would come, but yeah, the problem is they can't really shoot the ball, and that ended up biting them in the ass.
Did you ever get a reason why Rice sat the final 4 minutes of the St. John's game?
You mean R.J. Lewis?
Or Lewis, whatever.
No, he just said that he played 30 minutes and he kept just referring you know why. You know why he didn't play. Why he sat him. Which, I get it. He's also the reason why he brought you there.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen a team or a player struggle and then ends up hitting a big shot late in the game? Yep. Or just because that's that type of guy. And I understand both sides of the coin with Pitino on that one, with sitting him and playing him.
Game, though. I mean, that's an awful job. Rest him a couple minutes, but bring him back. Jesus.
He sits in the final 5 minutes, and the game gets out of hand, and they end up losing pretty comfortably to Arkansas. Yeah, the thing is, Arkansas was kind of a very similar team to St. John's, and I say that because I watched Arkansas escape with a buzzer beater win against Michigan early in the season. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, this is a gritty team. And then Arkansas kind of had a weird season. They ended up sneaking in as a 10 seed.
The one guy who was injured, their star, what was his name? I forget his name, but he was out for 3 weeks, which hurt them. But they still got it under 10 seed. Now they're in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, and they are the highest seed remaining as a 10 seed. I know you kind of mentioned it earlier. It's kind of been pretty chalk.
Yeah,
and that's kind of been the talk going around this season with the bracket is that, what am I trying to get to? That with NIL that you may not see any Cinderellas, which I think is full of crap. I don't know what you think. I think it's full of garbage. And the thing is, all of a sudden, magically now it's a problem, NIL. It's not even remotely close to the case. And yes, indeed, Father, go blue.
I mean, we did have some upsets in the first round, and Colorado State almost pulled the shocker of the year. If it wasn't for Patrick Queen, who's going to be the number 2 pick of the draft, I mean, what a hell of a shot that was, that last shot of the game at Maryland beating Colorado State. You're probably not talking about chalk so much, but the ones are going to be there. The twos are still there. There's a few threes left. I mean, it's basically been chalk. We've had a few upsets.
Yeah, Patrick Queen. Of course, you love
I
talking.
want to see so many upsets. I want to see
Patrick Queen. Of course, you love talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Of course, you do. Again, you don't know your left from your right, Phil Sitta. It is Derek Queen, is the man from Maryland that you were describing, the freshman.
What did I say?
Patrick Queen, as in the middle linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It's late. Forgive me.
Oh, it's late. Okay, yeah. Phil Sitta. God. I'm telling you.
I got Queen right.
The Village
Did you have
idiot.
Dairy Queen after the game? Speaking of basketball, did you stop at Dairy Queen? How did Aiden do?
He did good. Big shout out to Aiden. Finished his high school basketball career in the All-Star game today, the All-Shore game, and had over 10 points, so good for him. And he also committed to Del Val to continue his athletic career. So big shout out to cousin Aiden as he continues to play football at the next level. So good for him. And yes, I did not get Dairy Queen after the game. I just finished eating dinner real quick. I still have to clean up from dinner. So quick had to jump on, so we're not doing this podcast at 11 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
So, but
some of us
Dairy Queen hits it. But that's the thing that drove me nuts with all those people, like the Jay Billises of the world and the Williams of the world, talking about how that you may not see any Cinderella runs. You almost had Colorado State if it wasn't for Derek Queen saving Maryland's ass. And stop it! It's more than a year. I guess we forgot FAU went to the Final Four 2 years ago, Dustin May and those guys. The media drives me nuts. I'm so kind of glad that I'm not in the business anymore, with working at the radio station, because it's so political and it's so very touchy feely, and everyone's looking for the clickbait with things you guys are full of shit. I guess you forgot NC State made that wild run last year. Who had NC State on the men's side doing that? Who had what's it called? FDU, FAU. Who had all these teams? My ass. Oh, magically this year because it's chalk this season. Get the hell out of here. I don't want to hear that shit.
I agree.
You're gonna still have the teams that have the 4-year seniors that are actually staying. Those teams are always going to be a threat. And just ironically, this year just wasn't it. So, I don't think this is the first year in a long time that, you had a guy like Cooper Flagg live up to the hype, with Duke. Where, again, you had Rutgers with Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey, two of the top 5 picks in the NBA draft. Mm-hmm. They didn't make the tournament.
They didn't make it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, it kind of drives me nuts with people with this stuff, but I don't know what to tell you. If you want to overreact and say that there's there may not be any more Cinderella runs, and you just don't know what the hell you're talking about. Because
that's garbage.
All these small schools, they're going to be keeping guys their 4th year. They're going to have legitimate seniors, where all these other schools, they're one and done.
And that helps come tournament time.
It does. So just ironically, this year it did not work out that way. So I don't want to hear that crap. So next year when we have a Cinderella, oh my God, this team out of nowhere. I don't want to hear it. So. But yeah, for ironically, this is one of the first times that we have all the top seeds remaining. You have Houston, you have Alabama, you have Florida, you have Duke, you have Auburn. So we got ourselves a nice little bracket. And by the way, I feel all these games are gonna be close. Where if you were to add the Sweet 16, you had a Cinderella team playing a Florida or something or a Duke. They're gonna get mollywopped, and there's already a game you could turn off 5 minutes in. So where these games all might be tight. So. And that's kind of what the sports book's telling you too, as well. If you look at the spreads for these games, that there's nothing over. Michigan is the highest dogs in this week. It's 8.5 points. By the way, I would take Michigan on those points, but the fact that Michigan is your biggest spread margin this week is kind of crazy to me. So that kind of tells you that the books also think that we're going to have a bunch of tight games.
What's the Florida-Maryland game? Because that's going to be a hell of a game. I tell you, there's some great games this weekend.
6.5 for Florida.
Wow, that much?
Yeah. I like Maryland a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
I have them actually upsetting. I actually have them upsetting Florida in this game.
Did you?
So I just think
I actually had Colorado State.
Maryland has
a couple of seconds.
I think Maryland has the scoring, the shooting on the outside, and Queen's just the stud on the inside.
He's
So
gorgeous. He reminds me, and he can shoot the three. He reminds me of me, a stud.
Yeah, you're not a stud in all your picks. You donated in football, or in football, you donated in basketball again, and the genius is on the bottom. You know what? They did the bracket for the people that I guess tried making a bracket and just didn't submit a bracket. You should be below them. You're a shame. You're a disgrace to the bracket folks. Looking down on the bottom. Oh, you suck. And the name's the genius on there. Of course.
So who's in first place?
It is currently my lovely fiance, Christina, is in first place.
Oh, good for her! I'm rooting for you, Christina.
So yes, she's in first place, and then Alex is in second. I am also tied with Alex in second as well. So Phil,
and where's Ray Trimble?
I don't know where Ray Trimble is.
Oh, how do you not know where Ray Trimble is?
The great Ray Trimble. And I appreciate Ray. He's always in here every single week. And here he is, 10 o'clock at night tuning in. So appreciate you, Ray. And have another drink for me as well. So it looked like you said you were drunk before. So
that's right.
Have another one, Ray. So Sweet 16, we have BYU, Alabama, Maryland, Florida, Arizona, Duke, Arkansas, Texas Tech for Thursday's tips. Then you have Ole Miss, Michigan State, Kentucky, Tennessee, Michigan, Auburn, and Purdue, Houston. So we definitely have some good games here.
Yeah, there are some really good games. The grade 8. That's gonna be the winners on the Saturday Sunday games. They're gonna be really good games as well. It's gonna be very good college basketball.
It's definitely loaded up. So yeah, it's cool. There's definitely some sweet games. So we'll pay more attention to that going into next week. When do you come back from Florida, by the way, Phil?
I come home Monday, so.
You will be you'll be ready to roll. You'll be ready to roll.
Damn right. I'll have my baseball predictions as well. Even though I should have had them today, but with the late start, I figured we'll do it next week. Besides, I got a rant about the NHL after we talk about college basketball.
So, yeah, we got some hoops to look forward to this weekend, Thursday, Friday, and then the Elite Eight over the weekend. So, exciting stuff there. I'll segue it into your NHL take, and then we'll wrap up with football. We won't have too long of a show. You getting ready to head out, and it already being 10:28 at night. So, what is your take on the NHL outside of the Devils sucking without Jack Hughes? What's your take? Are you here to complain about your Islanders getting screwed over last night? Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares? How dare you say who cares? You're talking about the last seed of the playoffs. Who cares? They should have the 8th seed right now. That was an absolutely horrendous call by that referee. How in the hell does he come out there waving like this when Palmieri wasn't even in the damn crease? Batman should be ashamed of himself for not having Toronto overturn that. Oh, Toronto can't overturn. Like Patrick Waugh said, what the hell do we have Toronto for if we're too afraid to overturn our referees' calls? That was absolute trash. The Islanders should be the 8th seed right now. Columbus should be on the outside looking in. The hell with Montreal. That is an absolute atrocity. Yeah, and I've always said this for years now. The NHL, out of all the 4 major sports, have always been the worst. Oh, I don't feel like calling icing. It's late in the game. I don't feel like calling that hooking penalty. No, bullshit. If it's a penalty, it's a penalty. If it's goalie interference, it's goalie interference. That's why we have replay. All of a sudden, it's, oh, no, we don't have enough to overturn it. That is absolute trash. If that was the Devils last night, you'd be screaming as well. And don't tell me you wouldn't.
Oh, by the way, the Devils got hosed against
garbage in this league.
The Devils got hosed against Dallas. I don't know. It was like one of their first games after Jack Hughes got hurt. They got canned. It was right before the end of the third period. The Devils need points. Like, they're just struggling without Jack Hughes. One of the first games without him, the puck gets sent down. They called icing on the Devils with, 5 seconds left in the period. It wasn't icing. It was not icing. Yeah. And next minute, one-timer off the draw, and the Devils lose and don't even get a point because they don't make it to overtime.
Right.
And they got hosed. I don't want to hear it.
That's what I'm talking about with the officiating. Batman has got to do something.
I also heard you guys got away with a goal. I heard it this morning on the radio that there probably was there's one that they challenged and
it wasn't goalie interference.
That's what they say. Icing. Yep, there it is, Father. Icing, baby. Icing.
Oh, ice Jack Hughes, Dave.
Jack Hughes is icing himself.
It's really gotten bad now with these call. I feel like calling. I don't feel like calling. Oh, we can't overturn, even though it's the right call. I mean, it's nonsense. Batman's done an atrocious job in just the past few years, and it's gotten worse, worse, and worse. Just like the Devil call, just like the Islander call last night. It has gotten so. I mean, I remember a Ranger game a few days ago. There was a horrendous call. I mean, it's gotten really bad. The focus should not be on the referees, especially when you have replay. It's gotten atrocious, and it needs to get fixed. Because God forbid, if you're going to have a bad call like this in the playoffs, all hell's going to break loose. It's got to get fixed one way or another. It's got to be more consistent. It's an absolute
officiating sucks in every league, Phil. Sorry to break it to you.
Shut the hell up.
Well, it does. The NFL is atrocious too, and it's like the thing is they don't play as many games. They don't play as many games, and it's like,
but the NHL doesn't get it right.
Neither does
How many times have you seen a replay? Oh yeah, that's right. They're going to fix it, and then they don't. Toronto. That's a problem. The damn calls are coming from Canada. Put them in New York where they should be. Maybe someone with half a brain will get the damn calls correct. No, we got to worry about Toronto. They never make the calls right. It's a joke. It really is.
And we'll wrap up
dropping here, Ray. What gems are you dropping? The Ray Trimble segment? No, we're gonna have a Ray Trimble segment now. But so, I'm really, it's gotten horrendous, and it's going to cost the Islanders a playoff spot. You can just see this coming a mile away. Not that it's going to matter because the Islanders, they're being swept by Florida anyway, but you still root for your team to make it no matter what. Who do the Devils play right now if the season ends today?
I don't know how it works, to be honest. Do they play the 1 seed?
They play the 6.
They play the 6 as a 3?
I think it's Tampa. Montreal is 8. Columbus is 7. Yeah, it's got to be Tampa.
Tampa's third in their division, so I guess.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be Tampa.
AKA Devils are getting swept. So
yeah, pretty much. There's going to be no hockey in the whole Northeast area outside of Washington, D.C. That's not good for the NHL. And honestly, the NHL should expand their playoffs. They should go to 10 teams. Remember the old joke used to be, everyone makes the playoffs in hockey. No, not anymore. Not with all these freaking expansion teams in here. Send it to 10 teams. I mean, what the hell? The NBA does it. Speaking of the NBA, how's your Lakers doing?
Still doing a lot better your team that doesn't know how to tank, so that's fine by me.
We're still going to get a top 5 pick.
I'd love to. I'll say it for next week, my NBA rants. I want to talk on football. We had some actual news today, which was incredible, and like probably the most exciting news that we've had in this free agent period. And that starts off with the New York Giants. They have now 2 quarterbacks. That would be the lobster, the crab leg man, and Jameis Winston. And they signed the Pittsburgh Steeler and Seattle Seahawk, Denver Bronco man, Russell Wilson. So that all but locks up Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh, or as you like to call him, Schittsburg.
And who called that? Who's the first one to call that?
I mean, everyone called that one. Are you kidding me?
Oh, no, you mocked me when I said that a month ago.
Yeah, I am also not surprised.
Nobody else said Pittsburgh. Only I did. Came out with the breaking.
The genius. Oh, the genius.
Right, I'm the genius. And you laughed at me. Go back to the videotape. You laughed at me when I said that.
And I will laugh at myself, too, because we're fighting against ourselves for a 41-year-old quarterback. So great job by my well-run organization. God, the Steelers are such a disaster. Let Russ cook.
Yeah, he's going to get cooked behind that terrible offensive line. So I guess the Giants are going to take Hunter.
That's right.
That just seems like a foregone conclusion now.
Yeah, that's what we were saying at the game tonight after they said, I'm like, Travis Hunter, you are now a New York Giant. Because I think that locks that up for sure now. In the other news.
Wide receiver, that's the question.
What's that?
Are they going to play him at wide receiver?
They should.
I mean, yeah, obviously they should. You got him and Neighbors lined up on either side. I think that wouldn't be, not a bad offense. But I'm sure he's a better defender. That's the problem than he is a receiver.
Well, you try him out at both. See which one he adapts better to in the NFL. These are both highly paid positions. Corners reset the market this free agency or this offseason. And wide receivers, I mean, we saw what happened. Um, we saw what the Bengals market did with re-signing Higgins and Chase. So, I mean, either way you slice it, the Giants should kind of play him at both early, see which one he looks better at and, like, has a future of, like, being a legitimate star at. Because, like, if he's average at both, that is a problem. So that's the only thing. Like, I don't know.
You don't want to waste a 3 pick on someone being average.
Correct. So, and the problem is, like, they're not going to draft Abdul Carter either because you have so many edge rushers. They have Thibodeau. They have Brian Burns. So
they should go OL, but they won't.
Yeah, they should, like, if they're not going to draft a quarterback, which, God almighty, you have Jameis and Russ. Like, I don't know if they'd even draft a quarterback at 3.
No,
so
you can't now.
That's the problem with these. Like, we can go on about this forever, this conversation, but, like, the fact that the Giants, like, okay, cool, they signed Winston and Russ, like, that means, like, that Daboll and Shane are, like, fighting for their jobs. Like, they have to, like, kind of be relevant this year, which is BS. Because, like, okay, cool, you're gonna, like, run into 2 bums and you're gonna be bang average and they're gonna get fired anyway. Where, like, okay, cool, like, if they legitimately like a quarterback in this draft, like, what, like, they're not getting Cam Ward. It looks like Tennessee's fallen more in love with Cam Ward as this process goes on. Like, if they really
Sanders is there.
Well, I don't like Sanders. But, like, say Daboll says I can make Sanders into something, then they should take Sanders and, like, Daboll has a few years to work with him. But yeah, I don't know. I think I think they're both getting fired anyway this offseason.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that they need to reboot that whole system there.
Yeah, but, like, you keep rebooting. Like, if you really like, then build it the right way. Don't, like, try to do a quick fix. Like, dude, it ain't gonna work.
They need to build an offensive line. I mean, that's been their Achilles heel for 5 years now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, why are you gonna, like, rush into, like, a pick where you can, like, trade back and develop assets and grab an offensive lineman or 2? You know, it's just. I don't know
this week. It's not a great draft.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what they're gonna do. They've just ran the organization like shit the last few years. Like, I thought they should have, instead of signing Daniel Jones, they got it ass backwards. You should have signed Barkley if you're going to sign anybody, and then franchise Daniel Jones. Like, okay, do it again before I pay you. And the Giants paid him anyway. Like, they did. The Giants are doing what the Steelers are doing at the moment, bidding against themselves with Aaron Rodgers. Where it's like, oh, we have to pay Daniel Jones. Who's going to go pay Daniel Jones?
How much you signing Rodgers for?
Oh, God, I don't know. I've seen reports where it's like 2 years, $90 million. I would tell Rodgers to kick rocks. I know. They're an. You go on your rants. You go on your rants about the Dolphins all the time. Like, I can rant about the Steelers. Like, I've always made fun of our fan base for being delusional, myself included. Like, where a few years ago, the Steelers had that stretch where they're up top of the North. Then they have the Patriots, who suck with Bailey Zappi, Arizona, who suck, the Colts, who are average, and you lose all 3 of those games. I'm like, okay, yeah, those are the team that should have won the division. Same thing last year. They're in the driver's seat, 2-game lead on the Ravens to win the North, and you end up making the playoffs. Like, you blow the division, you make the wild card just to lose again in the first round, embarrassing fashion again.
Oh, it would.
So the problem is, like, some of these organizations just don't know when to hit the reboot button and just, like, okay, it's time. Like, I've said it for years that I think it's time to move on from Tomlin. You can get something for him because the NFL and the league as a whole look at Tomlin as a freaking god for some reason. So you could trade him and get something for him. Instead, we're going to hold on to Tomlin. We're going to sign a 41-year-old quarterback. We're going to finish 9-8, and we're stuck in the same spot again. We're not even remotely close to a quarterback in the draft.
Groundhog Day.
So that's where they're at.
What are the Patriots doing? Signing Stephon Diggs, 3 years, $60 million.
So, yeah, we're going to get into Diggs next, as that is the other big news. Enough about my Steelers, because who gives a rat's ass about the Steelers at the moment?
Exactly.
So, yes, Stephon Diggs goes from Buffalo to Houston, gets hurt, and now he is the number 1 guy for Drake May. The Patriots have been looking for a while for a receiver, and they got one now.
But he's old and hurt. I mean, what? And you're paying him $20 million a year? That's terrible management. I'm sorry. You got to use your funds.
Another team desperate for the position. I guarantee they were getting, like, all upset and, like, like all anxious that they were going to get T. Higgins. Like I guarantee, like if T. Higgins were to touch the market, it was guaranteed he was going to the Patriots.
And to the fact that he's a clubhouse cancer. I mean, if you can't get along with Josh Allen, I mean, what the hell good are you?
And Josh Allen plays his best ball after you leave, and he's throwing the guys like Khalil Shakir. So that tells you all you need to know. So, and the thing is, I don't know how it's going to work. Because he even started having issues early on with C.J. Stroud, where he was a bit yappy. I don't know how that's going to work. You have a young quarterback in Drake May, and you're going to have a guy in his ear like Stephon Diggs. It could be great. It could be good. Like you're also going to be having a guy like that's force feeding Diggs the ball because Diggs isn't going to shut up. He's not getting the football. So
he's going to want that.
That's the problem. That's the problem. Like if you look at it, T. Higgins was a perfect kind of like Patriot guy where he doesn't say a lot because he doesn't say a lot in Cincinnati. Like it's all Chase's show, and he's fine with that, and he gets his catches and he gets his touchdowns. And
would he be a number one? Would he be a good number one? That's the thing.
I don't know if he could do it on his own,
and I think he does.
I don't know if he could do it on his own, but like we've also seen games where he is still very good. Our Chase isn't there. So
no, not a doubt. I'm not belittling Higgins. I just don't think he's number one. He's the best number two. That's
absolutely. So it's very interesting what they're going to do in New England. But Drake May has his number one receiver now, so we'll see what they end up doing. But crazy. It's been a nice little show. I actually thought we were going to be a little short, but we're around our usual time. So this is
exactly. And we didn't even get into baseball yet.
Oh yeah, we do have. We'll touch on a little bit of baseball. We will touch on baseball.
We got to get to 2 minutes of baseball. It's opening weekend.
It is indeed opening weekend. Thursday we got it all starting off. By the way, before we get into the baseball stuff, Mookie Betts situation. Have you seen any of this?
Yeah, he's lost 20 pounds. He's like withering away. He got that food poisoning. He just can't get any better. I think he ate a tapeworm in Japan or something when he had sushi.
Nah, it happened before. I know it's all funny. You say the Japan thing. It happened before Japan, apparently.
Oh, you think so?
Well, that's the reports because that's what everyone was saying that he probably had something bad in Japan, but no, he had it before.
So what kind of diseases does he have? I mean,
they have no idea. I guess doctors have no idea what the hell's wrong.
Oh, maybe he was hanging out with Magic Johnson. Who knows?
Oh, Phil, you're terrible. So so the Mookie Betts situation is interesting. I know they say he's going to be ready for opening day, opening day. They already started off their season.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's all nonsense. That Japan start. I can't stand that. That's not opening day.
I don't know why they do that stuff because the problem is it's also like, okay, cool, you want to do it. Like the games matter. The problem is like you're playing at wacky times where like no one's watching. Like
exactly.
You used to have it in like where it's okay, cool. Even if it's late, like I'm not getting up at like 3 a.m. to watch these games. You're crazy. Exactly. Here was the Yankees. My ass would still be sleeping. I don't care. So it's stupid. Play it. And the thing is, I always find it stupid because I'm big into soccer. I know you're not huge into it like I am, but like over the summer, my team's coming over from Europe for their preseason tour in the U.S. They never send their legitimate games over into the States, like the games that matter. These are preseason games for them. But yet we send all of our regular season games to over there. Like with the NFL sending games to Germany, Mexico, to London, and yet in baseball sending a game to Japan. Yet we're gonna pay a ton of money. Like I spent good money on tickets for this thing over the summer, and it's a preseason game.
Yeah.
Like why are we sending? What do we need to send the game over there for? Like I don't understand why we got
baseball is alive and well in America.
I know it's all about money, but like, why are we sending games over there? Like, I just don't understand why we're sending games.
NHL does it. I mean, football's a different animal, but I don't know why these other sports are doing it. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't get. If you got a sport that you're like trying to grow, like if you're trying to grow a sport more, like I would do it. But like, why are we like basketball having a game in France? Why the hell are we sending games over there?
Yes, exactly.
I don't get it. So, what'd you say?
For Frederick Weiss, the old Nick bum.
Yes, like I don't get all that. That's dive too deep in that rant, but like I just don't understand that part of things. But
this is a true statement, Ray Trimble. They are more viewers at the WBC softball games than they are in Japan. Why? Because they come to see the genius play. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. It's the LA Japan team over there.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
But
yeah,
now who did that start off with?
who did the Mets start off with?
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
forget who they play. That's how much I don't care about the Mets. It's all I've heard this offseason. Juan Soto, the Mets. Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We don't even know who they're opening against. Probably Miami.
Houston.
Oh, Houston. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I believe like SNY doesn't like only has like one of the first 9 games or something because the Mets are all over national TV. I heard them complaining about that. But no, that's actually a good start, Houston and the Mets. But you're going to hear it first from the genius. Juan Soto had this amazing preseason. He's going to have 4 home runs by Memorial Day. And he's going to have like a 210 average. He's going to start off so slow. He's going to start off ice cold. You heard it here first. Just like you heard breaking news from Aaron Rodgers, just like you heard the Minnesota Vikings were going to be good, the genius knows all. That's right.
The genius also said the Capitals were going to suck and finish last in the division, and yet they're going to win it. So relax, they're genius.
Oh, you did as well.
No, I thought it was Columbus I was going to finish last. So relax, they're genius.
Who do the Phillies have?
Ray, come on. I don't feel like checking this anymore. The Phillies. Is it the Giants? Who do they play?
They start from the West Coast?
They play the Nationals.
Oh, the Nationals. All right. I actually like the Nationals here. Not that much, but I think they're going to be better than last year. Phillies will be 6-0 against the Nats and Rockies before going to LA. Oh, that'll be a good series to start off right off the bat. Phillies, Dodgers. That'll be interesting. Baseball will be interesting this year. I will have all my division picks for you next week. I'm going to have Cy Youngs, MVPs, everything. It's going to be a big baseball show next week.
We will indeed do a big baseball show for you next week, Phil, even though I can give a rat's ass about baseball. But I will put my effort in, and I'll be ready to rumble. So, Phil, appreciate you.
Fan.
What?
Aren't you a Yankee fan?
I am indeed a Yankee fan.
So how do you not care?
I could care less about the rest of baseball. I've got to watch my fantasy baseball team, and I get to be again disappointed with the New York Yankees because they really didn't do dick all with their roster.
They got freed.
Oh, great! And then they lost Garrett Cole. Louis Field's dead.
And I'm going to get into Cashman next week as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Cool. They had their year last year was their shot, and they got smoked.
Boone blew it.
I'll
get into that next week as well.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's cool. I'm gonna watch. I'm not a fake fan. I'm gonna watch the Yankees when they're on, but I'm not running out of my way to watch the Yankees. I already know it's gonna be the same BS every single season with this team. So they get rid of Boone and they get rid of Cashman. It's the same nonsense every season. So
pretty much.
Giancarlo Stanton can't grip a bat, so it's wonderful. We're not even halfway through the season yet. Stanton can't hold a bat. Luis Hill, your young stud ace, is gone, and Garrett Cole's out. Wonderful, great start to the season.
There is some new blood, which makes me at Bellinger. You're going to have a full year from Chisholm. I like Peraza.
Yeah, I know. The team's all old and washed. I'm super excited. So, again, I'm Colton. That's Phil. Appreciate everyone for tuning in again. We'll be back again next week recapping the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 and looking ahead to the future of the MLB season. So, appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll be back again next week. Phil, have a safe travel to Florida. And again, we'll be back next week.
I'll be nice and tan next Tuesday for you.
I bet you will, Phil. So I appreciate you as always and safe travels.
Till next week. Adios.